Ahoy, I'm the comic book hunter, also known as just Hunter.
Hello there, I'm History of the Flash, but you can call me JD.
And this week, Harper went to Mount Everest, I believe, to hike to the very top and spend 24 hours there or something like that. I can't remember where he told me to go. But we're joined by a special guest known as Anti-Hero Analysis. Sean, would you like to introduce yourself?
You just introduced him.
Yeah, I
know. I'm Sean. In case you didn't hear it the first time.
Wait, what was the name? I didn't hear it.
It's Sean, but it's spelled like scene.
Oh, Scene.
Okay,
He's a good
Scene.
fella.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Sean does the timestamps when I'm too lazy to do them.
Which
Not
is
that lazy.
almost every week. It's all good.
Yeah.
You know what? Harper really hurt me one time because he said something about the timestamps, and I was like, oh, I actually didn't do them this week. Sean did them. He's like, yeah, I know, they were funny. And I was like, ouch.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're listening like right when this episode comes out, or right when any episode comes out, there's no timestamps. But if you listen to a few hours after, you might see some little areas for people to go to. For people who only care about listening to us talk about comics, you can skip to that, or just care about us talking about Spider-Man No Way Home for the millionth time, you can skip to that. And Sean is the one who provides those options for us.
Although maybe this week JD and I will fight each other for the right.
I will never even fight. I'm just like,
yeah, I was
whenever
gonna
you're
say,
like, whenever you're like, you want me to do the timestamps? I'm like, huh? Timestamps? Huh? What?
But yeah, he's been listening. Sean, how long have you been listening to A Hero Story for?
So I started listening probably around April, because like I said in my, AP essay of a review, I started listening around, the time COVID started, because that was the thing. Like, I really started going to a lot of local comic shops once they reopened, because there were a lot around where I was. And so I would just drive around and explore. But I was also looking for, a podcast, because for the ones I missed, I was like, hey, I gotta at least be filled in case there's a crossover or something. And then I found my way to you fine folk.
A Hero
Did
Story.
you follow one of us, or did you find the podcast
No.
just from
podcast first?
Whoa, I didn't know
that's
that.
rare, because I feel like most people come from our accounts.
That's awesome. I like that, actually.
Yeah.
Because I find since we don't have comic in the name, it might be difficult for people to find a comic book podcast with no comic in the
Wait,
title.
how did you find it? Did you just search comic podcast?
I'm pretty sure it was April. It might have been June. Whenever you guys talked to Williamson for the 100th episode, that's the thing. I would get in my Instagram feed, before I even had a comic account, I would get, just random comic information tailored to me, the algorithms.
Yeah.
And your stuff started popping up because of the Williamson interview. And I was like, this is, yeah. I was like, this is what I'm, not even the Hero Story count, like other people were posting. Williamson's, because you guys were also talking about what was going on in, what was it, the final Finish Line run? Was that the arc?
Yeah, we actually recorded with him right before Finish Line came out, so we didn't even get to talk Finish Line and Speed Metal.
Yeah,
but we talked about the Godspeed death.
Yeah, and he spoiled, he didn't spoil, but he said, keep an eye out for this issue or whatever. So a lot of people were resharing your stuff to talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
And be like, hey, Williamson.
We got to get him back on for Infinite Frontier, which starts in a month, I guess.
A lot of pressure on me right now.
Yeah, you got this, JD.
As the Williamson whisperer.
Of just emailing him.
Hey, you're the one that every Flash writer seems to talk to.
I have a good connection. I'm hoping it'll last for other Flash writers.
I do. Before we continue, I have a message from Harper, which I haven't read or I haven't listened to yet. He sent me a voice message, actually on Tuesday, so quite some time ago, but I haven't listened to it yet. But I'm going to play it now for the listeners.
Everybody wants a happy ending, right? But it doesn't always roll that way. Maybe this time. I'm hoping if you play this back, it's in celebration. I hope families are reunited. I hope we get it back and something like a normal version of the planet has been restored. If there ever was such a thing. God, what a world. Universe now. If you had told me 10 years ago that we weren't alone, let alone, to this extent, I wouldn't have been surprised, but come on. Epic forces of dark and light that have come into play. And for better or worse, that's the reality Morgan's going to have to find a way to grow up in. So I thought I'd better record a little greeting in case of an untimely death on my part. I mean, not that death at any time isn't untimely. This time travel thing we're going to try and pull off tomorrow, it's got me scratching the head about the survivability of it all. Then again, that's the hero's gig. Part of the journey is the end. What am I even tripping for? Everything's going to work out exactly the way it's supposed to. All right, that was the only sort of clever thing I could think of. I mean, it wasn't even really that clever, to be honest.
I thought it was clever.
Yeah, I've got no snarky remark, no insults, no characters or voices. I just want to say, have a good podcast, lads. And you know, if Tyler is there,
No, he's not.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. And if he's not, I hope JD and oh god, what's the other guy's name?
Sean.
JD and fuck, I've lost it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it.
Cool. That's it.
All right.
I was waiting for the I Love You 3000.
Yeah, I was waiting for that too. Come on, Harper. That could have been you were so close. You were on the verge of greatness.
Come on, Harper.
I was gonna say though, like the way it's talking, you know, everything worked out. Like COVID's still going in America. I was gonna be like, the crisis
It's
is still
really
going.
bad in Canada right now. Actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oof.
it's skyrocketed over up here. So
Oof.
yeah, Harper.
Anyway, in a little bit better, more
Yeah.
encouraging news,
Come on,
we got
Harper.
a nice 5-star review to start the podcast. This one comes from B. Woolsey, who definitely has messaged me before on Instagram. 100% recognize the name. 5-star review. My entertainment of the week. I've always been into superheroes, but these guys got me more into comics by showing their love of them through the podcast. I honestly thought comics stopped coming out in the early 2000s, but then as I listened, I realized I had to get on the current books and even past books that the hosts talk about. They are the reason I buy comic books today. Even with their own opinions, it's great for everyone keeping up with big heroes and what's going on in the world of superheroes. JD, Hunter, Harper, and Tyler are so much fun to listen to, and there's even times when, in JD's words, they have me smiling ear to ear. Is that not an expression that people use, smiling ear to ear?
It sounds familiar.
Like, it
It's
looks
an
like-
it's an expression.
It means you got like a big smile, right?
Why are you like?
Why wouldn't it be?
It's just weird that he said, like, in the words of JD. I mean, I know I've said that before, but like, I feel like it's a fairly common thing. I've heard it
Oh,
before.
and to quote JD,
Quote JD, smiling ear to ear. I actually made that quote. You owe me 5 cents every
yeah, to
time
quote
you say it.
JD, hello there. Thanks for your 5-star review. If you would like your review listened to or read,
Listened?
I'm going to restart that. If you would like your review read out on the podcast, please give us a review of how many stars you wish on iTunes or Apple.
We now
Podcasts.
have a word. We now have a word, like, you can't go past 100 words now because Sean broke it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Words, not characters. Feel free to do.
Read it aloud before you send it.
Sean, I actually want to learn like more about you, man, because you know you're technically our guest. How did you get into comics and all that? Just before we get into like the real episode, like I'm curious, what's your origin?
You know, it's kind of funny because I feel, you know, I could joke and be like, I'm like the Joker. I honestly don't know my origin. I don't know what the initial, you know, first thing was because I didn't really watch the X-Men movies when I was a kid. I watched those like when I was in my teenage years. I want to say it was probably the Fantastic Four movies. I will be honest.
Oh, really?
yeah,
I was about to
dude.
joke about that. I'm like, oh, so it was Fantastic Four.
I think it was probably Fantastic Four and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I know I didn't see the first two Spider-Man in theater, or at least I don't remember because I would have been, you know, to the first one for the second. And so I know I saw Spider-Man 3 in theaters though.
Same here.
And that's
Same.
one of the fond memories because I would always go see the superhero movies, and then it would, for me, growing up, it was Indiana Jones and Star Wars.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
yeah.
so how did you start reading comics? Like, was it like, oh, like all of a sudden one day you're like, I want to start reading these characters?
So that's where I feel I'm you know, fresh perspective here. I'm early on in reading comics. My first trade I read in middle school, and it was Civil War. You know, classic. Going with
story to
the
start
Marvel
with.
trade, yeah.
Yeah, going with the
Captain
typical
America versus Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it was, you know, your standard, you know, popular event.
yeah.
But the first ongoing, odd enough, because I was a big Harley Quinn fan. I just liked crazy characters. And so I read I remember I would watch the DC All Access or whatever they did on the YouTube
I love
channel.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so back
Tiffany
when
Smith.
they don't really do it.
No, they
now
don't do it
from-
anymore. I don't
Yeah.
know why. I liked it. I watched it every week.
Yeah, and that kept me updated on the TV shows and everything. And so they would also talk about the comics. And so I saw the event Harley's Little Black Book, which I think this was in 2015,
was
2016.
Near the end of New 52. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I just found it such a cool concept, the whole type of you don't know what you're going to get. And so that was the first quote unquote ongoing I read that wasn't in trade. But then really this, past 2-3 years, that's when I've really started picking up and diving in head first, trying to understand everything.
Yeah, you're reading Man-Bat. So sorry to hear.
Well, that's the thing. I like when obscure characters are given, their due.
Well, this is what we were talking about, Hunter, when you went to go make your coffee. When I was like, I can make conversation with Sean for 5 minutes. I was talking, about comics like that he would want to write, and he said that he would want to write obscure characters like Tom King-esque.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So I was like,
think-
who would be your weird character?
No,
he said
we
the
don't
Psycho
reveal who.
Pirate.
Nah,
Oh,
you revealed it. Somebody's
Psycho
gonna
Pirate.
steal the idea now. No, I'm just kidding.
I doubt
Um,
anyone could write a book about Psycho Pirate other than you. So I think you got it.
Yeah. I don't think people were in line to write Psycho Pirate at the
Yeah.
moment.
I mean, all they have to do though to capture that Tom King-esque is to, just
Talk like,
right.
Talk slow.
because this is how normal humans, I don't know.
I mean,
talk.
what is Will?
And then get Clayman to draw Selena in her underwear like every other.
Of
panel.
course. I mean, I guess now we'll get right into the episode. So for those of you just joining us and being really confused, is this a comic book podcast? We usually start off with the news of the week, which we'll jump into right away here. But for those of you who want to skip ahead to the comics of the week, if you don't see timestamps in the description, wait a bit, and Sean here will provide them. This week's comics, though, that we will be talking and reviewing are Crime Syndicate issue 3, Batman issue 108, Green Lantern number 2, The Amazing Spider-Man number 65, and Sean, you had another one?
Suicide Squad number 3.
Okay, yeah. JD, did you have any extras or?
No, just Spider-Man.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
I guess none of us Red Heroes were born. So tragic.
Yeah, that started this week.
Who cares?
I don't care about Heroes. I mean, Heroes Reborn is supposed to be Marvel's latest event that started this week. If it's good, that's great. I haven't heard anything. I don't know anyone personally that's reading them, and I've talked to a lot of people that read comics.
It's not a continuity event though. It's a what if.
It is
So
a
who
what if
cares?
event, and it's about the damn, I forgot their team name. The Marvel's Justice League, essentially.
What are they? Not the Ultimates. That's not it.
Dang it.
Yeah, it's blank. I'm blanking on it.
My tongue too.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Someone
Marvel's
listening to the podcast right now is like yelling it out loud, like,
Yeah.
"You idiots!"
It's obviously, yeah. I'm sorry, I don't care. I've read 2 stories about this team.
Squadron Supreme.
That's
I think
it,
that's
yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, it is. Don't care. So, yeah, I'm not gonna spend money on a full event on them.
I googled Marvel Justice League and it just pulled up Justice League's Wikipedia. So thank you, Google.
Yeah. So starting with the news of the week, we got our first look at Naomi, which is actually happening, like for the live action CW show. What are they gonna do for this? Naomi is a 6-issue comic event written by Brian Michael Bendis.
To be fair, the CW also wanted to make a Wonder Girl show before Wonder Girl was even in comics. So
Right, what I
yeah,
was about to
but
say.
in that case, it was canceled. In Naomi's case, you have
Yeah, but they were
source
gonna do it.
material. Yeah,
yeah,
I
but
know they were.
but this is a show based on a Brian Michael Bendis character. If you
Oh,
do
you're gonna
not
see that as
know,
title crowd.
Bendis is coming.
Yeah, Bendis created Miles Morales. Therefore, Naomi's gonna be DC's Miles. I don't
Correct.
think so. Hey, phone call. That's cool.
Wow, how unprofessional, Hunter.
I know. I'm sorry.
I thought
Anywho,
I was supposed to be the unprofessional one.
I'm so happy I have that issue. Apparently,
You have Naomi number 1?
they were handing it out at New York Comic Con, and I picked it up. It's like the convention exclusive or whatever. I think anything I get handed there doesn't matter because it even says the whole not for resale or whatever. So I'm like, this stuff doesn't matter. So, I picked one up though, being like, oh, what's this? Because they're also, I think it was around the time of DC Universe getting put out. So, but I remember I messaged Hunter or whatever. I was
Yeah,
like,
you did.
yeah, I have whatever from Comic-Con, and that's when you were like, yes, that has value.
It does now. Yeah, this is not for resales, and don't give it to a comic store to resell.
For what? For 9.8, it's $800.
800. When I looked, it was like,
It goes up every day. It's going up every single day.
oh, we about to get a good payday.
Yeah.
I think my dad and sister grabbed one too, so I might have
Yo!
3.
Oh man, you might want to start pumping them out to CGC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You'll get them in 4 years, but still.
Yeah. By the time you're able to resell them from CGC, it'll
Value
be
will drop.
But,
Yeah, so Naomi, for those who don't know, is a character from another dimension, another Earth essentially, that's not on the multiverse radar, that ends up being destroyed. She's one of the only survivors, that very much like Miles Morales, kind of in like Secret Wars, where the Ultimate Universe is being destroyed. He's one of the only survivors in a way. Naomi comes to the DC Universe and becomes a superhero known as Naomi. Her powers consist of she can generate light that causes her to fly, and
she introduces herself every issue.
every single time she's in a comic, she has to introduce herself and explain her origin story. That's how I know it.
I think she has done it in Bendis's Justice League.
Yeah,
that's literally
League,
the whole.
she did it. In Young Justice, she did it. I think she was in a Teen Titans issue. She was in Action Comics. She did it. Yeah, I get it. I
want them to do an issue where she's like, "Hi, I'm Naomi," and they're like, "We know."
Hi, I'm Naomi.
I'll check out the show though, because if they give it the Superman treatment.
Oh, Superman Lois.
Superman Lois, yeah.
Yeah, it could be good. The picture is like a recreation of the title, and it looks great.
Which I love when live action adaptations do that. That's a way to my heart.
It's really cool looking. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'll wait for a trailer, and then I might check it out. As far as CW goes,
it's very
not
even hit or miss at this point. It's just
Superman's
usually bad.
Yeah,
at least in my opinion.
Yeah, but we're getting Bart Allen.
That's true. That's very true. I didn't write.
And Nora's coming. Funny story about Flash season 5. I remember telling myself, I will not continue watching the Flash unless they kill off Nora in the finale. And then they did.
And you were like, damn it.
Because I hate sorry to interrupt the news, but I just hate that. Are you
new to the show? We always interrupt the news.
Yeah.
Well, the thing was, I hated that period where the CW just kept giving the characters kids. So Oliver's kids came back from the future, or then he got a son, and it was just. I understand there's more storytelling you could do there by putting them in a new situation, but it just got frustrating for me.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. It's CW. I stopped watching everything after Crisis on Infinite Earths. I was like, that's my finale. I'm done from there. No more.
Wow, what an underwhelming finale.
I know. That's kind of why I stopped. If it was really good, I probably would.
CW said, "Do you trust me?" And you said, "With not one single cell in my body."
Yeah, I'm like, not really. That wasn't that. I mean, that had cool moments, but that wasn't that good.
Well, yeah, when you put more effort into cameos than you do the story, of course it's not going to be good.
Miller, he's the guy from the other thing.
Oh, the guy that voices Batman in the show. He kills people. Cool.
Yeah.
I did like seeing a live action Kevin Conroy.
I met him under the circumstances was so bad.
Yeah.
I won't even deny that.
So it's like, oh man. So yeah, as far as Naomi goes, I don't know. You wrote this in the news, Sean, but I didn't, because I didn't really think of. I didn't really care. It was 2 actors are leaving the Flash.
Oh yeah.
I forget their name. Carlos and Tom, Cisco and Dr. Wells, which I think.
Dude, Wells. This is pretty much the end of the Flash. Like this is like. It's got to be the death of Flash, right? When you lose 2 main characters like that.
Well, people are saying that, like, oh, I'm not going to watch the show anymore. It's going to be so bad.
Well, no,
Flash comics don't have these 2 characters in them.
Wait, they don't?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I thought I have the first appearance of Dr. Wells.
I thought you were serious for a second. I'm like, wait, what?
Well, the show
Hunter,
is renewed.
You know, Harper would berate
Oh.
you right now for not understanding sarcasm.
Well, I was like, wait, am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong.
Oh, that would have been great if I just convinced you that Wells and Cisco are. Well, I mean, Cisco actually is a comic book character, not related to the Flash.
He's
but
a breakdancer from the 80s.
yes,
Yeah.
he's terrible.
Yeah, he's a
But, like,
terrible character.
There's nothing more they can do with those characters. They've done Wells how many times? Now he's literally a time traveling Wells. Like he's a accumulation of
The
all
Wells
of them.
gag got old so quick.
Yeah. And Cisco gave up his powers, but now, from what I understand this season, from what I've seen clipped, he is making tech to replicate his powers. It's just, you know,
he better create tech to get people to stop beating him at Fortnite.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. I
I
still
mean,
can't get over that. It's
yeah.
better than, did you see what they did with Killer Frost and the bar scene?
I saw that. I saw.
Oh, God.
Wait, what'd they do?
They played, what is it? It's getting hot in here, because the
Yeah,
bartender
Nelly.
had to take off his shirt because it was getting wet, and she's just standing there like having a full core
It's like
nuclear
slow
meltdown.
motion. This guy taking off his shirt. It's like, oh no. I saw Eunice react to it, like Real World
Yeah,
Flash.
I
Just
saw
like,
that.
what does this show become? I just want to watch the Flash, man.
Yeah, Bart Allen can't save that show.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And the actor who's playing him, I like too, because I've seen him in previous stuff, but no.
Fair enough. Going on for the news of the week, we got, oh man, I tried to divide this into DC and Marvel, but I really messed up. Going into Marvel news, we'll be back DC. We got our first kind of unofficial look at Miss Marvel in her suit, which
Comic
is
accurate.
super
Looks
comic
awesome.
accurate. It looks a little really well
No,
made.
it looks awesome.
A lot of
Okay.
people, well, not a lot of people, very little people at Comic Pappy.
I was going to say Comic Poppy's like the only person I've seen say something negative.
Yeah,
about it.
he's just like, man, it's supposed to be a homemade suit, and now it looks so high tech. I don't care. I think it looks really good. Like, it's
that's
so comic accurate. They did nothing wrong.
and that's the other thing. Like, we don't even know where the suit's coming from at this point.
Mhm.
Like,
We don't
her
know.
you know,
Book
it
or
could
anything,
be
right?
homemade. It could be that somebody made it for her. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
in the comics, it is.
I really
homemade.
hope they don't do that Purple Lantern thing that you were talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Hunter.
So this was a rumor. This is. I'll find the guy who told me this originally. But there was a rumor a long time ago, like before the show even started filming, that they weren't going to do Miss Marvel's powers because they didn't want it to kind of intercept with Mr. Fantastic because it's very similar. So instead, what they were going to do was they're going to have her find a purple bracelet at one point in the show, put it on, and then from there she can make purple constructs, just like a lantern, a purple lantern, green lantern, that kind of thing. And so this set picture has her in the suit, but she has that bracelet on her wrist, which was
Oh,
which was a
God.
rumor.
Hunter was like,
before
fear.
this. Yeah, I'm
I'm
like,
afraid.
oh no. So the source is Grace Randolph. I don't know who that is.
Oh, well, Grace Randolph's not trustworthy, but
Oh, it not? Okay, yeah. Well,
No.
there we go. But the fact that she has this gauntlet is like, basically, I could see it not being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make like a jet or something like that, like Hal Jordan. I think it's gonna be more like Bunker, like the Teen Titan character from a while back.
Oh, that's so
imagine reading Teen
popular.
Titans.
Teen Titan character.
Yeah, what a popular character. Dude.
Yeah, he was in Red Hood and the Outlaw too.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
and
what
now,
a popular title.
And now he's in Titans Academy. You
Oh,
know,
is he?
just these are all beautiful books.
Yeah, all great
you know?
titles.
Yeah.
I'm just
Imagine
saying,
reading
it'd
Teen
be
Titans
more-
Academy.
Yeah,
more
imagining
similar to
wanting
that.
to jump off a cliff each time. I will say, actually, well, I'll talk about it when I talk about Suicide Squad, but number 2, I'm a little more optimistic, but the first issue was just garbage.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not reading it, so I don't know. Kind of put an opinion, but I hope this isn't the case. Although it would be kind of, I feel like it'd be a little bit difficult to do Miss Marvel's powers in live action because they are very cartoony in a way. She can basically just make her limbs big, so like a big fist or a big foot kind of thing.
It looked
So-
cool in the game.
Yeah, in the game, I think it's really cool, especially in like the jump animation stuff where she just extends her leg out. So we'll see. Loki was announced that it will now stream on Wednesdays instead of Fridays for some reason. So it'll
What are you gonna edit the podcast to?
Oh God, I didn't think of that.
Oh,
Are we gonna be reviewing Loki every week? Maybe.
you guys will. I probably won't be back.
Well,
Like I said, if you're on the show at the same time as Harper, I could only imagine that Harper would just be constantly just abusive.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get destroyed. It's you know what? I feel like if I were on here with Harper and Tyler though, it would be like that panel with Tom Holland, Anthony Mackie, and Sebastian Stan. And I would just be there going,
oh
I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't like that it's streaming on Wednesdays. I have a month schedule, you know. We record our podcast Thursdays, and then as it's exporting, I go watch Falcon the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, whatever's on at the time. And by the time the episode's done,
Doesn't that
I
work
can upload the
better for you
podcast.
then?
Now that it's well,
You
now
know what
that
this
it's
is? You know what this is, Hunter?
What?
It's the world's smallest violin.
Can I hear it?
How is that a the world's smallest violin? No, but no, it makes sense though, because they did that with Far From Home, because it's a summer thing. Like Far From Home came out on a Wednesday, Tuesday night, I think.
Well, it's different because it's a TV show. I'm wondering if this is because maybe Bad Batch claimed Fridays. I don't know if Bad Batch will still be going on when Loki begins, but
Is that good? Well, that's the
I
thing.
still haven't watched Bad Batch episode 1.
why?
I forgot it came out.
It came out days ago.
And it came out on
JD.
a Tuesday, so that's where I'm like,
Come
are they
on,
keeping it on
JD.
Tuesday or are they moving it to Friday then?
JD, it was very good. It was
It
very,
It was,
very
and
good.
this is coming from the guy who said he didn't care about the Bad Batch.
Mhm.
Yeah, Hunter's a war
I don't
criminal for
like the
that.
Bad Batch, but I love this.
Oh,
episode.
get out of here. This is not a hero story,
Clone
Star Wars
Force
story, :
99. :
Okay, sorry. We won't talk about Bad Batch anymore, but it's pretty good, JD. You should watch it. Moving on with the news.
Goof.
Kevin Feige confirmed that Doctor Strange was originally going to be in the WandaVision finale, but they ended up scrapping it near the last second because they wanted the finale to focus on Scarlet Witch rather than having another superhero
They
take the
wanted to
spotlight.
focus on pew 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 pew.
Yep.
Pew, pew.
That pose that she does, yeah.
And
That's
you
what
know
they
what?
want to focus on.
That made sense too. Like, if you
Mhm.
at first when I heard it, I went, you could still have included him in an end credit scene or something. But it did kind of make sense with what he was saying with, you know, the way he was going was that it was basically going to be, from the sound of it, it would have been Doctor Strange showing up, berating her, being like, what did you do? Now I have to fix it. That's the way it sounded to me, how he described it.
Yeah, they also said that like the commercials of like the Strucker watch or the toaster and things like that throughout every episode were actually messages that Strange was sending Wanda
Now
to
that's
kinda get
dumb.
her. Yeah,
That's
trying to be like, yay, come back. This isn't real. But if
So
that's
what,
the
he-
case, wouldn't they have to have him in like episode 4 on, you know, when Sword's trying to figure it out?
I mean, that'd be cool if he was afraid to go near Wanda because he didn't know how powerful she was. Because why
Yeah.
else would he just be sitting in the sanctum going, all right, I have to send this televised commercial to warn Wanda that
To try to
stuff
remind
isn't
her, hey,
good.
this isn't real.
Hey, yeah,
Here's the
just-
question: would you guys rather Doctor Strange be in the finale, or are you fine with it just focusing on Wanda? Like, if you had to pick, Kevin Feige comes to you and says, "You need to decide this."
Wow.
Yep.
I think first thing he would say to me is, "Hey, pronounce my last name correctly, you dumbass."
I don't think it would have been bad to include him in credit scene, just showing up, being like, you know, kind of like Thor. We need to talk with, Thor.
Oh,
In
in
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Or I guess it was an end credit scene in Doctor Strange first.
Mhm.
I feel like that would have been okay, but for him to show up in the episode, I feel like that would have been too much, especially with the Skrull showing up and we need you up in space. I think it was fine how it was. I'm fine with the pew pew. You know, I feel like what we got was good enough. I think that would have been too much.
Fair enough. What about you, JD?
As a fan, I would have liked it, but I kind of understand.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's the same as me. Like, I totally get why they didn't.
That being said,
It
though,
would've
I
been
didn't
cool.
I didn't really like. I felt like they were teasing that Strange was going to show up like the entire time. You know what I mean? Like not
Well, yeah,
on the show, but like
commercials.
well, like on like like the Marvel people were like strange. I don't know. I feel like they were talking about like, oh, it really ties into Doctor Strange too. Really be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, she's gonna be in Doctor Strange too. Yeah, that's a good point in real life. The actor who played Billy in WandaVision confirmed that he is in Doctor Strange too. I don't know if he was supposed to. And it's kind of funny because he has a Twitter account and someone just added him being like, "Hey, did you enjoy Doctor Strange 2? Like, were you on set? Are you gonna be in it?" And he just replied caps lock, "Yeah!" So I don't know if he was supposed to do that, but he said that it was like a great time, I guess. So I guess it's kind
mean,
of expected that the kids will return, but
who knows? Maybe he was just visiting set. We don't know.
I mean, why though? Hey, come
I don't
visit
know.
the set, but don't film anything, even though you're playing
I
a
mean,
Marvel character that ties into this character.
what's his name? Sacha Baron Cohen is on the set of Thor right now, apparently.
I don't know. I don't even know who you are.
Borat.
Oh, I could see him being in it as like an Asgardian or something like that. So
yeah, I was about to say with Waidi, I'm sure he'll cameo him in somewhere.
The Wasp actress, who I forgot to write down the name, is confirmed on Twitter that she's getting a new MCU suit. Thank
Evangela
God.
Lilly.
Sure.
Evangeline Lilly. She was on Lost. Very good show.
Well, she's getting a new Wasp suit. Thank God. I think
it's a good show with a bad ending. Okay, I was dedicated to it, and it was a good show.
I haven't watched it. I watched the first like half hour, and I went, "Nope."
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so good. The ending's terrible, but it's so good.
Yeah, no.
I think the Wasp current MCU suit is the worst MCU suit. If we're just talking about superheroes, I think it's the worst. It looks like an X-Men suit from like the 2000s movies. It's
just so dark.
It's very dark and muted, and it's just very boring.
And what's weird about it is that we had in that post-credit scene for Ant-Man a much brighter yellow.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a perfect suit. I don't know why, because the Wasp suit is black and yellow, just like a wasp. And they're like, let's make it black and like very dark orange.
It's not even like it's almost green.
Hawkeye's suit in Avengers in the first Avengers was bad too.
Yeah, that was
just
bad
like
as
literally
well.
like a black tactical outfit.
But it's like, okay, what if what's an example? What's a superhero you like, JD?
What's my username?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, let's say Flash suit comes on. Oh, but it's like the CW season 1. Imagine if that was your main movie suit, like the very dark burgundy. Basically, it's like, why? You're playing superhero. You may as well get the colors right. But thank God she's getting a new suit. I'm hoping that it's yellow. There's some yellow in there. Oh yeah, there was the new MCU movie release dates, which were announced that I totally forgot to write down. But I'm sure you all know that all the movies got new release dates, except for Fantastic Four, which is to be announced, and Blade, which wasn't even on the list for things. So apparently Blade is going into production in 2022. Right now they're not focusing on it. So seems like it could be a Phase 5 film at this point.
I mean, yeah, but you also said last week that there's still stuff they haven't announced yet. So how long is Phase 4 going to be is the question.
Well, that's the thing. I think this is it for Phase 4, and then Fantastic Four will end Phase 4,
and then X-Men Phase 5.
Yeah, but I can see like Blade being the start of Phase 5, and X-Men will be in it, but it'll start with Blade.
And then we get a live-action Jason Aaron's Avengers.
Well, maybe not his Avengers.
Definitely not She-Hulk.
Yeah, not that version of We'll see She-Hulk on the Avengers for sure, 100%, but not Aaron She-Hulk. That's a little... I hope not. Oh, God, I really hope not. Going on with news of the week. We got, with the new MCU release dates, we also got 2 new titles. So Black Panther 2 will now be called Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and Captain Marvel 2 will now be called The Marvels. When the logo has like the Miss Marvel kind of S in it and photon symbol from Monica.
Not to go full JD here, but I'm gonna go full JD here.
Oh,
God, the Marvels, like having 3 different Marvels. If Flash could ever get their shit together and DC could ever get their shit together, like imagine a movie called The Flashes or The Speed Force. God damn it.
Yeah, and you have like Barry and Bart. Yeah, this is like the first actually budgeted legacy superhero movie.
Yeah,
Ever.
Sam Wilson and
Yeah.
the Marvels. Everyone gets a legacy except for the Flash.
Yeah, well, I mean, like for an actual movie, this is a superhero family movie. Like we haven't even gotten a Bat family movie. We're getting the Marvels, which is like the characters that have been Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel in the past.
Well,
Wow.
unfortunately, you're probably getting a legacy movie out of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I can already predict there's not going to be a dry eye in that audience because I can only imagine what they're going to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I'm going to cry. I know.
we can imagine what they're going to do, but also we have no idea what the plot's going to be. I mean, they could follow the comics by having Shuri be Black Panther, but even then, I don't think MCU Shuri's really ready for that. I mean, even in Black Panther 1, when T'Challa was like dead, Shuri didn't take up the mantle or anything. She ran, she hid. So I don't know how they're gonna have her take up the mantle here. You have to do a lot of character development in very little amount of time. Unless they go a different route, which we have no idea what this was.
Bring Killmonger back. Somehow he's Black
Killmonger
Panther.
and let him suit
I
up.
don't want that. I think
Well-
Killmonger's a great character, but I mean, he was king, and he was a terrible king. He was very bad.
But would a
Well-
resurrected version of him be different?
Why would they resurrect him though? That's the
Well,
thing.
here,
Because they need someone to play Black Panther.
Oh, right.
well, here's my logic. I don't think in that case, I don't think they should bring back Michael B. Jordan just because his ending, I feel, was
Yeah.
so beautiful with that sunset. But if they wanted to, I feel like they could have saved him pre-snap, or at least had been trying to, and he was around for that 5 years, and then probably could have seen a changed world
But it's
and
like-
himself.
Bury me in the ocean and then resurrect me in 5 years.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the see. I don't like the
kinda ruins the
idea
death.
of ruining endings like that. Which you guys talked about that with Steve showing up in for a movie again.
well, even then, like the people protesting, like, or not protesting, but trying to get Tony Stark to come back to life. It's like that would kind of ruin
Yeah,
the
no.
ending.
Oh,
You
that
know,
was the
and
one.
I am
thinking,
Iron Man. See ya,
Yeah.
see ya in 3 years.
Like things are. What is it? Things are better because they end, or life is more precious because it ends. Something like
I'll
that.
find Harper
You know what
some-
I'm trying to say?
Yeah, exactly. I love you 3000. See you in a few years, Morgan.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like I'm fine with a Iron Man, but I don't know. About...
You're really getting the most mileage out of that A Iron Man.
Oh,
huh?
it's so clever. Moving on with the news. Joker 2.
The Electric Boogaloo. So I
Oh
had
my
to do it.
god!
Joker 2.
Why?
Apparently still
Why?
happening. Apparently, according to Warner Brothers of all people, who said that
Because
they're
you get what you
focusing.
fucking deserve.
Yeah,
Warner
'cause they're gonna
Brothers
milk the cash
basically
cow.
said, "Hey, we're all our future films are going to be canon in the DCEU, except for the Batman by Matt Reeves and Joker." So
And another movie I'm sure we're going to talk about.
yeah, we'll talk
soon.
about that in a second. But Joker 2, why is this happening?
It doesn't need to.
Because Joker 1 made $1 billion,
Yeah,
that's the
fair
only
enough.
reason.
and Joaquin Phoenix won an Oscar. I mean, it was pretty obvious that they were going to try to do a sequel. Like,
But what are they going to do? You don't have Batman, and Joker's already gone through his development of.
what do they care?
becoming
They
the
already got
Joker.
their money. This one will still make 600 million plus, if not more.
I mean,
It-
what's he going to do?
We're
What-
living in a society,
Oh,
Hunter.
JD, is this movie going to happen? Joker 2.
Yes.
Like 100% going to happen.
No, I actually didn't think it was going to happen when I first heard about it, but I don't even know the source that it's from.
Warner Brothers.
Oh, Warner Brothers said it themselves?
Yeah. They put out a
Oh.
statement saying that, hey, these movies are going to happen. And they mentioned Matt Reeves' Batman and Joker will not be a part of. They said Joker sequel won't be a part of the DCEU. So
That's
the
a
fact
lot.
that they mentioned it means that it's kind of happening.
Wait, what about Steven Spielberg's Black Hawk?
They didn't mention that. Damn. Yeah, I know you're disappointed. When is this movie gonna come out, JD? Since you're a Joker predictor.
2024.
Okay, so we'll see it maybe in line with Avengers 5.
New Avengers.
Yeah. Oh.
and, and before the Flash movie when it gets delayed again.
Yeah.
I don't even
that's-
want to see the Flash movie, so I'm okay with it.
You're not going to go see it?
I'm gonna see it. Of course, I'm
gonna
gonna
say,
see it. I'm
Here's
gonna
my
dislike
camera.
it.
Yeah, I feel like that movie's just gonna make your blood boil.
Oh, I'm gonna hate it so much.
Yeah.
Especially if like they try to do a that kid was Wally West, and I'd be like, no, he wasn't.
uh yeah, so the other thing that Sean briefly mentioned there was we are apparently getting a Superman reboot with a black actor and a black director officially in development. They also said this isn't going to be focusing on President Superman or any other alternate dimension Superman that happened to be black. This is going to be a full-on reboot of Kal-El, Clark Kent. Growing up in
Imagine
Kansas.
dropping $500 on the first appearance of President Superman in a 9.8, only to hear this. 'Cause that book was booming the last like 2 months.
Yeah. What book is that? Do you know?
Earth 2, number 7, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
Fine. I don't know. It's something. I forget. It's something number 6 or number 7. But people were buying it because it's like he's on the cover too. Like it's a great cover, and a 9.8 was going for like $500-$600, and
Yikes.
And so wait, so he's gonna be Kal-El. So I'll put out this public service announcement now. If this bothers you, it shouldn't. However, also in the terms of Warner Brothers, I mean, I'm excited this movie's coming out, but it's also kind of like I don't want to praise Warner Brothers for doing this because, you know, I still have Ray Fisher on my mind, which that article literally came out a month ago today. So they cast aside their first, you know, leading black actor, and now they're going to get another one. Excited for the movie, but, you know, just treat him right this time. Don't discard him after standing up for what he believes in.
I don't like that's Kal-El. I'll be honest. I don't like it.
I agree. I don't understand.
I don't mind.
Like someone made the comparison that it's like if you had you wanted to make a black Spider-Man movie and you decided to do black Peter Parker instead of using like
Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Like
you have character.
But even then, if Marvel were to do that,
which...
they would get rid of Tom Holland, and it's like why? They announced this on Henry Cavill's birthday too. So it's
poor Henry, man. That dude was fighting for the Superman role.
So he's out then.
It seems like it. Yeah, they basically.
Who watched the Snyder cut and they're like, you know who's the problem? Henry Cavill.
It's because he didn't put the red and blue on at the end. He's just gone.
Yeah.
Damn it, Zach.
It's just like, come on. Like, you have this group. President Superman's awesome, too. He's such a cool character. And you're just like, let's do the character that everyone already knows. Yeah, let's do him again.
That's the other thing. Isn't this an Elseworld story anyway? They said it's not in the... Didn't they say it's not in the main universe?
Well, they didn't. They didn't really say. They only said that the only.
Do they even have a main universe anymore? Since it's like everything's kind of crisis.
I think they're trying to beat around the bush until Flashpoint comes out because Flashpoint is going to clear stuff up. But
and then we get the Crisis on Infinite Earths movie in 2030.
It's just the CW version, but in theaters.
Yeah,
like we're playing all 4 episodes.
Every cell in my body.
It's just I'll see it. I'm sure it could be good, but I just feel like, come on, like it's the same thing as JD said with Spider-Man.
For the last 8 years, I've just been thinking about what they could do for Man of Steel 2. Like there were so many opportunities to do something, and I really think that even if you got a different director, like Henry's just such a talented actor. He has such a passion for the character, and just to see him cast aside every time, it's so sad. If it was someone who didn't really care about the role, whatever, you'd feel okay about it. But it's someone who really, really just
exactly
the role is everything to him.
And that's the Warner Brothers way, though. Just
what
have an actor that really cares about it, and then
WB.
Look,
get rid of him.
Having a black Superman is an awesome idea, but what if Disney was like, we need a black Captain America? Let's, instead of developing Sam Wilson into Captain America,
Steve Rogers is now going to be our black Captain America.
Let's recast Steve Rogers. To make even though
we really need a black Green Lantern for the HBO Max, and it's time to turn Hal Jordan. We're gonna switch him.
Exactly.
Stewart,
it's
no.
Why?
It's just very odd to me, especially with all the President Superman rumors. Even the creators of them were like, "Oh yeah, that's great." That's awesome.
You know how awesome. That's the thing I'll say though. You know how awesome that movie. How much you could do with that movie if he is President Superman. Especially politics aside and everything going on today, there's so much you can do with just having a president that's a superhero.
How many movies have we had Kal-El for? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you want to try to do something different?
Yeah, exactly. This
I
is
don't
a
know.
chance to do something
This is always my
different.
problem with like a lot of these comic book properties. Like when they were talking about Sony trying to reboot Spider-Man again. Like I never understood why Sony didn't do anything with any of the other Spider-Men. You know, you have Miguel O'Hara, you have Miles Morales, you have all these different versions.
I would kill for a Spider-Man 2099 movie.
Ben
Oh wait, we're
Reilly,
getting
like-
one in Spider-Verse too.
Invest in his first appearance now. Amazing Spider-Man 365.
I have number 2. I don't have number 1.
I have number 1 and 365. But I'm gonna sell them both because I don't actually have any ties to the character. Like I don't care about the character. So hit my inquiry if you.
It's just Sean, that's a good point.
I get the logic. You have a character, and because I can even understand with Green Lantern, because I think using Jon Stewart, I find Jon Stewart to be a better character anyway.
I think Jon Stewart's kind of boring, at least in the comics. I think he's cool in the animated show, but I think
he's best as leader. But you can make him good. You can,
but the point is, like, you have characters who could fill that role. Like, I just don't understand. Like, it feels like cheap almost. You know what I mean? Like, instead of taking a risk on someone who's not Kal-El, like, oh no, we can't do this Elseworld Superman. Like, that could be like you said, that could be a huge hit.
Yeah, and I'm agreeing with Sean there, where having like someone so political, like the president of the United States, as a hero, as a symbol of hope for people to look up to and follow, and he's also flying.
Like, take what Arrow did with Oliver Queen being the mayor, and you just see like how on minor scale that is a problem. Now take that to being in charge of an entire nation, and everybody recognizes you. Like, I don't know much about President Superman. The most I've read of him has probably been Flash Forward, to be honest with you, because he was in issue number 2.
He's the president and he's Superman.
so his identity is blown, right?
He doesn't have a secret identity. Like, everyone knows that he is the president, and he wears the suit and everything. He does wear like an actual suit when dealing with politics and stuff like that. But there are times where he's making a speech to the world, and a missile fires on him, blowing up his tuxedo, and he has the Superman symbol on, and he catches it. It's like,
and that's even cooler then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But instead, they're like, let's do Farm Boy, but again.
My thing is, if you can tell a good story, and it's something original, and it's genuinely a good story, no problems with me.
It's fair enough. We'll have
but
to
again, if you wanted to tell the original story,
go with President Superman.
More original than
I think it would have been more interesting to go with President Superman, just because we've seen Kal-El's story over and over with Christopher Reeves. Kal-El, no, yeah. But yeah,
we'll have to wait and see what happens. No further updates, but a lot of public are being like, just do President Superman at this point. So we'll see if Warner Brothers maybe changes.
Yeah, I thought it was President Superman. I didn't realize they were going.
That was the rumor. That was the rumor, because they said they're doing a black Superman, so everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna be President Superman."
Yeah, but even like Tom Taylor addressed it, and he's like, "Oh, I think that's great. Like, I'm very happy for them."
And now it's Kal-El. Going on with more now, back to DC news. There were a couple of Green Lantern news. Guy Gardner was casted as someone that.
Oh wait,
ginger.
Sorry, I have one more addition to that. The President Superman's name, he is Kal-El. Do you think it could be a mislead or no? Because his name is still Kal-El. Like, I mean, I know he's Calvin Ellis, but like,
it could be like.
Did they say it's Clark Kent or no?
I think they did say it's Clark Kent.
Okay, because if they said it's Kal-El, like he is technically Kal-El, just of another Earth.
Yeah,
because maybe his real, like, his human name is Calvin.
Kal-El, Earth 23.
Yeah,
because maybe, and it could even be a deal where it is still President Superman. It's just that they're pulling more from Kal-El's storyline, because that's what, again, I have a lot of CW knowledge because I watched those shows for God knows how long, but that's what they did with Vigilante. It wasn't, they gave Adrian Chase the name to somebody else as a misdirect to make you think he was Vigilante, but then he wound up being Prometheus. Yeah. So maybe it is President Superman. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. So Guy Gardner was casted. Doesn't have red hair, but maybe we'll dye it.
Did anyone think this casting was so odd? Like, everyone's been fan casting him as Dick Grayson for years, so I guess he just like is permanently Dick Grayson in my head.
Finn,
I didn't know that.
Oh,
But-
he's been. I feel like I've seen that all over. People have cast him as Dick Grayson. Like he looks like Agent 37. If you look up what's his name, Finn Whitrock, Dick Grayson. Like I'm sure you'll see side by sides. Like I've always thought, like he would make a cool Nightwing, but I was so caught off guard when they said Guy Gardner
Yeah, out of all characters, you think maybe Hal? Yeah, I think he'd be a good Hal.
or even Kyle. Like he's got pretty dark hair, but
I
I don't know.
think-
I was so surprised. I mean, obviously we live in a world where hair dye and stuff exists, but I was just like that one caught me so like he's like a pretty boy, and I always thought of Guy as kind of like a rough looking
Yeah,
guy.
he's the first casted character, and it's set to be in the 80s too, which is interesting. They did
Weird.
say there are moments in the show that will be that will be in the 60s with Alan Scott, who's not casted yet, but then they're going to go right to the 80s with Guy Gardner, and they are still apparently looking for John and Kyle as well, but we don't know. No words on how.
Invest in the first Kyle while you still can.
Yeah, basically.
Mm.
No words on how. I don't think there's any words on Jessica Cruz either, or Simon. At least not official words. But
Yeah, they didn't even mention them in that little thing, little
Mhm.
blurb.
so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Maybe we'll get Teen Lantern. Who knows?
Oh,
I have her first appearance.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do too.
I'm going back to Marvel news for a second because just to clear up some things that a lot of people are freaking out about. Andrew Garfield had an interview for his upcoming movie where a lot of people were asking him. Well, he had a few interviews. He's like, "Spider-Man: No Way Home,"
I'm not the
Nope.
werewolf.
and
I'm
he's
not the
basically
werewolf.
yeah, that's what he was saying. He's like, "Look, I didn't get a call. I didn't get a call, and he seems like he's smiling the whole time. Like
Kevin
he looks
Feige slid
excited
into his
over it.
DMs and said, "Hey, you want to make a shit ton of money?"
Yeah, he keeps being like, I don't want to disappoint people, but I didn't get a call. Maybe got an email though.
Yeah, email, page, if people still use pagers.
So a few hours before this recording, and he did another interview for his upcoming movie, and of course the person had to ask, "No Way Home." And for this, he actually opened up the idea a bit more, and people were like, "He's confirming it. He's saying he's in."
It's just
No, he's
it's-
not. Because all the
so-
articles are quoting this, being like, Andrew Garfield might have confirmed he's in. Read the actual quote.
Yeah.
Watch the
He
actual interview.
literally curses like doing it too. Like the number of F-bombs, he's like, I'm not the werewolf or whatever. And like it just drives me crazy. Like, what do reporters think he's gonna do? Is he gonna go full
Yeah, I'm in
John
it.
Wick and
I'm in
just
it.
be like, everybody keeps asking me if I'm back. And you know what? I'm thinking, yeah, I'm back. Like, what
Yeah,
do you
like-
think is gonna happen?
Probably sign a contract saying he can't say things. I will,
Yeah.
just to further like everyone reading the title of the article saying Andrew Garfield's in, this is the actual quote. "It's a cool idea. I've gone online and read all the rumors. It's a really cool idea. God, I just hate having the responsibility of disappointing people. So yeah, not something I've been asked about or anything like that, but never say never."
I haven't really had an answer, but yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Yeah, so- I feel like what do people expect him to be like? You know what? I can't tell anyone, but between you and me and this camera recording me, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like,
And here's the other thing though, like the only reason why I don't trust, anything after Tom Ellis, who plays Lucifer, said he wasn't going to be in Crisis and then he was in Crisis.
I mean, these
So-
actors sign. I mean, it's gonna ruin the
Yeah.
surprise, which I feel like they're gonna show in the trailer. Because
The only
press tour of Tom, Toby, and Andrew in the same room talking to an interviewer.
Yeah.
Like that'd be fun.
And the only other thing I would think about, though, the only thing that made me question it is because of how crazy the rumors with WandaVision got. And then we didn't see anything, which is where I had my crap. Are these actually rumors or are we legitimately not seeing this stuff? But now that we found out just this week that Doctor Strange was supposedly going to be in WandaVision, now
Yeah,
it's
someone
a
who
little
worked on
more.
WandaVision could have actually said that before the show came on. That's where the rumor starts. That's where the
So-
rage starts. The fever.
The fever, the rage, the feeling of
Terrence Goodman,
powerlessness.
cruel.
I have said that quote and
I'm glad you
just had a
guys
moment
caught on
times.
that. I'm really
Just had a
glad you
moment.
guys caught
That was something.
Yeah, I say that way too much, especially in like classes. Oh, this final's gonna suck. That's how it starts.
Yeah. Man, BVS quotes are gonna be like one day they're gonna be up there with a prequel quotes, but like the Holy Trilogies, the Spider-Man trilogy quotes, I could see that happening. We got our first set pictures of the Flash. They are at the same mansion as Batman 89, Michael Keaton's mansion for Bruce
Oh,
Wayne.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, you don't see any actors or anything, but there's a film crew at the same place that they filmed the original Michael Keaton Batman movies. So same mansion. So they're back.
Yeah, for a Flash movie or a supposed Flash movie.
not a
Flash movie featuring Batman, and Supergirl.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Keaton back as Batman, but just it's not a why.
JD, I'm gonna pass this part over to you. Round robin finale.
Round robin finale. Green Lantern is losing.
Is it losing?
Vote Robins.
It's so sad because that's the one that I wanted to win from the beginning, because it's a book about Kyle Rayner and Kilowog. But the story's not even active anymore. I guess it was yesterday. But
everybody vote.
I'm checking Twitter.
Listen, here's the thing.
I want
Robins can get their own title anytime. They already all have their own title. Kyle Rayner has not been a mainstay of a book since Howlin' Pals, and he has not had his own series since like 2004.
And that's the other thing, though. Like, if Robins does somehow get is he winning?
Twitter, it's 50-50 with Robin.
No fucking way.
50-50.
Yo, fucking GL fan base, the best.
And here's the other thing, though. With all the Batman books DC makes, though, I'm just
Robins
waiting.
Could easily. Hunter's been pitching Robins to me for like the last since I met him.
Yep, I have.
He's been pitching 2 books to me: Robins and Aquaman / Wonder Family team up.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I feel like I'm waiting for we just wanted to see who win, but just letting you know we're gonna make
gonna make multiple
all of these books or what. I mean, I don't know if they'd make all of them.
Maybe the top 4.
Maybe the top 4.
Okay, so it
like
is.
That.
So
Suicide Squad already has a book though, so why do they need a Suicide Squad?
That's the one I'm like, why? I mean,
that
it would
one's
make sense.
losing.
By the way, you guys didn't bring this up last week. We're getting a Black Label book with Suicide Squad going after Joker. So
yeah, I looked at that preview and I cringed. I didn't like it.
I mean, I'm excited just because I like the idea of Red Hood teaming up with the Suicide Squad. And also remember, the Suicide Squad movie, that was the rumor. The squad's going to be going after the Joker.
That's what it should have been, to be honest.
Yeah, and then we got Enchantress bullshit. But,
Are you a big fan of the squad, Sean?
I like what's going on in this squad. I like what's happening with this. I'll talk more on it. But no, not crazy. I like random, put together teams, Guardians and stuff like that, but
So with the round robin, the other books are Suicide Squad 7 versus Blue Beetle Graduation Day. For Twitter polls, Blue Beetle's at 65% with Suicide Squad 7 at 35%.
Which I think was backwards on Instagram. I think Blue Beetle was getting shellacked on Instagram.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, here on Twitter, 50-50, Green Lantern versus Robin. Look, I've been pitching Robins forever. And my pitch was it's a road trip comic where they're like traveling across North America. Like going just on wacky adventures.
You said North America so they could go to Canada, didn't you?
Yeah.
Fantastic 4 road trip.
But then
God, horrifying.
I kind of want Green Lantern as well though, because I want a Kyle focused comic, and this would be focused on Kyle Kilowog.
They'll eventually make both.
I don't know.
And also, I will say though, the Robins premise they have does sound very cool with all the Robins are getting hunted by somebody claiming to be the first. I do like that idea. I mean, I don't know if it would actually be the first Batman sidekick, quote unquote. I think it would be more somebody deluded into thinking they were. But I do like that idea of they're all being hunted and they got to band together. But like at the same time, that's kind of what Robin War did. So, I mean, almost.
Robin War was more like a training thing. Like training the.
I just read the whole thing like 2-3 weeks ago.
It's good, hey? It's not bad.
It was pretty good. I know I messed up because I was talking to another account and I was like, yeah, after reading the top or whatever it was, this I can already tell this series probably sucks. And he was like, that was my favorite book growing up. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I just didn't like it.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
I'll check it out.
If you're
eventually.
listening to this and want to vote, it might be too late. I don't know when the poll actually closes, but
The Instagram
honestly,
one is 100% closed, but the
if you want Green Lantern to win or if you want Robin to win, I'm happy with both. Like I love both ideas.
yeah, I will read either of those. I will not read Blue Beetle or Suicide Squad.
Yeah, same here. I tried Blue Beetle comics.
Would you read the Zatanna one if it had won?
No.
I don't think I would have read it.
No. When they showed like every single comic, I was interested in like maybe 4 of them, and Green Lantern Robins were 2 of them that caught my attention the most. Those are like these 2 are going to be in the finale together. So
what I did like about the Robins is at least they included Stephanie. So
Yes,
cool.
I saw that.
But
yeah.
still, I need Kyle Rayner to win.
You didn't see that, Hunter?
No. I just realized. Wait, if one of these loses, are they going to be going against? Oh man, yeah. So no matter who wins between Robin and Green Lantern, it's just going to go up against the winner of Blue Beetle versus Suicide Squad.
That's what I'm saying. I want a Green Lantern / Robin to be the finale.
Yeah, so really it's getting determined now.
Yeah, because the Green Lantern and Robin are going to beat
Suicide Squad. The only thing I could see is if Green Lantern wins, I could see people going to Suicide Squad. That's the only thing I think. Just because of name recognition. Because I mean, I think about it.
On Twitter, they're pretty passionate about Green Lantern, though. I'm reading some.
If they're passionate on Twitter, fine. But I'm just thinking
Twitter scares me too much.
You're run of the mill fan who knows nothing.
2016 was glorious for Green Lantern fans because we had 2 titles, and each title handled every single human Green Lantern respectfully. Like every single, no one was being outshined by the other.
Kyle and Kilowog, I fucking love that.
Exactly. Kyle was amazing. Guy Gardner, John Stewart, Hal Jordan, they were all together as the 4 Horsemen on one book. And then the other book, you got Simon and Jess on Earth. Well, the other one was more a galactic thing. So good. It was so good, and I miss it.
I just feel bad for writers on this whole round robin thing. Just because, you could pitch your story to like executives, and then when they deny it, it's like, oh, they don't know the potential of this. But when you have fans literally telling you, we don't want your book,
we don't want
kind of sucks.
I guess, yeah, especially the ones that are just like 10% versus 90%.
I can still see them doing it though, where it's like, oh well, we did this tournament to see what you guys wanted, and we're actually gonna make a few of these.
I mean, your boy Strong Guy lost, but it doesn't matter.
He came in dead last.
I got my invitation to the new
the gala
premiere. So I think this is awesome marketing, not gonna lie. But
no, it is. I
will not be in attendance.
I still have mine from the Back Cat wedding, the invitation to the wedding, which didn't happen.
Oh, they did that for that too?
Yeah. JD and I had ours, and we
mine's somewhere in my drawer. I still have it.
I was excited for the wedding, and then it didn't happen. Comics of the week. We got 5 comics this week. I guess we'll start off. JD, you want to go Spider-Man first, or you want to wait and do Spider-Man in a bit?
I don't really have that much to say on Spider-Man. So
is he still doing the suit where he does stuff for money?
Yeah, basically.
He's a stripper.
There are so many ways I could have phrased that better.
You made it sound like he's a stripper.
For those who don't know, Spider-Man basically is wearing a GoPro now and live streaming when he goes around for money.
And that's still happening. It's not like this was the last issue.
No, it's still happening. It seems like he might turn it off because he was late to getting to these crime people, and the reason was because there's an app that you could download where you could see where Spider-Man is in the city, so you could be like, oh, he's going by me. So they just went as far
Spider-Man
away
figuring out this is a dumb idea. Shocker.
Yeah, so they did the villains of this just went as far away as possible. So from the app. Yeah, I didn't really care for this too much until the last page. Oh my god.
Oh, I saw, yeah.
JD, did you see it? The final page, New Avengers.
Oh yeah. You posted about it, yeah.
Yeah, oh my god. You got the New Avengers coming in to help Spider-Man. Wolverine, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Spider-Woman, and Hawkeye are coming in to help Spider-Man.
Hunter, I think your problem is you thought Bendis Justice League was going to be great because you were on a New Avengers high.
I still think it's.
I think you're riding your New Avengers high into this, expecting it to be that level of greatness.
Justice League has 2 issues.
I think the 2 issues are pretty solid, to be honest.
You can't judge it yet.
I think
I am Naomi. Have you met
You're
me?
judging it solely based on the fact that Naomi's on the book.
No,
Don't even deny
I'm judging
it.
him because Black Adam's on the book.
And he's phenomenal in the book right now.
He's cool. I like him a lot. I'm
Like-
glad they're not making him just like I'm a hero now. Like he's very much just like uncomfortable.
They're likely talking about me.
He just seems uncomfortable. Like the panel where he's just like in the background, it's like, does anyone notice that Black Adam's staying there? And he's like, oh, sorry. I like that. But Spider-Man, oh my God, we're getting the new Avengers. I'm just
Yeah, but
excited.
what are they gonna do?
They're helping Spider-Man track down Boomerang because Boomerang went missing, and they're trying to find him before Fisk murders him. Because Fisk.
Oh, is that gonna? Oh, wait, are they so good? Are they gonna be in the giant size issue then? Because they have that giant size Spider-Man King's Ransom issue coming out. So if they're in that, that's an 80-page issue. That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool. Because these all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all 6 of these characters were on the new Avengers, and Spider-Man was too. Spider-Man was on every single new Avengers team, including Spider-Woman. So the fact that they're coming back together to help Peter out is really cool. I like a lot of these characters make sense because they're in New York, but Wolverine, he doesn't live in New York. He lives in Krakoa. Why is he here?
Especially since he's supposed to be partying it up at the gala right now.
Yeah, exactly. But no, he's coming to New York City for some reason to help Spider-Man. Hawkeye too. What's he doing here? Spider-Woman. Does Spider-Woman live in New York? I don't think I know where she's actually stationed at the moment.
As someone who lives in New York, I can confirm she does live in New York.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you must
She's
see
my
her.
neighbor.
Yeah. Oh, really? What's she
Sean
like?
and I live next door.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
Spider-Woman?
Yes.
What's she like?
It goes Sean's house, Spider-Woman's house, my house.
Wow. Is she like the cranky one in the middle?
Yeah.
No, kind of quiet.
Makes sense, I guess. I mean, she's probably not home often, but that's cool. I didn't know that. Sean, I
Spider-Web's all over.
also didn't know you were in New York, Sean.
I'm on Long Island, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry if I just revealed that and you didn't want that revealed.
Who gives a fuck? I mean, who
oh,
gives a
whoa! Whoa! He broke his hero
I
story.
tried
cursing.
so hard not to
Harper
drop
would be
anything
so
on
proud.
this podcast. I caught myself before I finished, but
Harper would be so
Why
proud.
is so many comic accounts in New York? Is it
It's like why are there so
because
many
that's where
Marvel
everything
superheroes in New York?
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Like I've never been to New York City, but as soon as I go, I'm gonna be taking pictures, being like, "This is where the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was."
Oh God!
This is where Spider-Man 3 was.
Your Snapchat story, and I'm already annoyed.
Have you seen that Office meme where it's
I've seen
New Yorkers
The
asking where's the next attack? Where, Dwight? Where is it happening? It
Where it
seems
is.
you already
Yeah,
know where.
living in New York, do you guys get attacked like every week or something?
No, we just have terrible transportation.
Really? I feel like New York would be good transportation.
Well,
No, it's either
very
terrible
crowded.
traffic or it's a train for 3 hours.
3 hours? Man.
Well, to get from like the edge of Suffolk to Manhattan, 3 hours.
whoa.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the edge of Suffolk is.
Yeah, he doesn't.
End of Long Island. We have a Long Island. It's the edge.
Okay, is that where you are in Spider-Man PS4?
Oh God!
Jesus
Please
Christ.
make it
What
end.
the hell?
Are you on Long Island in Spider-Man PS4? Because it's an island, and that's long.
Full disclosure, I'm
know
an Xbox
Manhattan's
person,
on island,
so I haven't
right?
even played PS4 Spider-Man.
What?
Well, JD.
Yeah, no, my sister has it, but I haven't played it.
Oh my
Well,
God!
JD,
The
you've
last
played it.
video game I played was Jedi Fallen Order.
Good game.
Yeah.
JD,
You got heart, kid. Edmonton?
Are you on Long Island in that game?
No, isn't Spider-Man PS4 set in Manhattan?
I don't know.
Well,
Oh
is
my-
it?
Manhattan's where the Titans are in Titans Rebirth. I know that.
Yes. Thank you for telling me the title, the arc called Made in Manhattan.
Yeah, I remember that. That wasn't a bad arc. That was a pretty decent arc.
Oh God, please make.
But
it
yeah,
worse.
I don't care if my location is revealed because
All
what
right,
somebody's
well,
gonna be
we're
like, I
about
have
to
to
release your
scour
entire
all of
address.
Long Island to find this guy who doesn't even know that much about comics and is quite stupid on the matter at times.
Oh, we should quiz you. Ooh.
You can do it at the end of the episode.
Do you have any runs that are like since you're newer to reading them, like it's something that you have to read, like one of the greatest runs that you
Well,
just
you
haven't gotten
gave
to
me
yet.
Chuck Dixon stuff that I have to look at.
I would love for you to read that. I'd love for Hunter to read that too if he wasn't so busy with Marvel.
First 2 volumes, I read them.
So
It was
yeah,
so just
Oh,
to give you the rundown, Sean, for Chuck Dixon. I've read the first 2 volumes. Number 1 is very classic, which can be good or bad.
Volume 1 is very 90s. The
Yeah.
first 4 issues are written by Denny O'Neil, not by Chuck Dixon. And then
Volume
it
2.
gets, and then it
So here's what I remember. Dick Grayson goes out at night, fights crime, but when he's not when he's not Nightwing, he's just Dick Grayson. He's just trying to see the face of an Irish person that like he's renting
his
to.
landlady, Bridget Clancy.
Yeah, his landlady. But for the entire volume, he doesn't know what she looks like because she's always busy.
Yeah, she's always like doing something where her face isn't shown, so he has no idea what she looks like.
But she hears
all
her.
righty then.
Yeah, they say she's Irish. Yeah. That's the whole
want to
volume.
know
I
what
can't
she
wait
looks
till you
like.
see her face. It's a great reveal.
Oh, I've seen her face. Yeah, I
Oh
got
yeah,
that point. But like for the full volume, pretty much, it's just like,
yeah.
damn, you just happen to
Dixon's
be having your
Nightwing's
face
great.
down in a book, or you're like reading newspaper, or you're like turned around, and I don't know what you look like.
You got to get to the hunt for Oracle.
Yeah,
That's
one
so
day.
obsessive.
One day. Right now, I'm reading. Real quick, this is off topic a little bit, but I'm reading Brubaker's Daredevil, which I told.
Oh, you're
Harper-
finally back on your Daredevil binge?
Yeah, I am actually. So I told Harper because I'm on like I think the last volume for Brubaker's. Unless there's a
Didn't you spend payment on volume 3?
Yeah. So so
why don't you just get Marvel Unlimited?
Who? I don't know.
He
Her.
doesn't like digital comics.
Oh my god. Yeah,
I
I literally
digital
broke
comics.
it down for JD. I literally broke it down for Hunter. I took the time out of my day to explain how much money he would save.
He did, and I was
he
like,
just got a subscription
I bought a
to Marvel
bookshelf.
Unlimited, and he literally his response was, "But digital."
but his bookshelf
is
looks
it?
so pretty.
Yeah, my bookshelf's so
Those
nice.
new Avengers trades. Did you see that story? That cost him like $1,000.
I mean, it looks great on the shelf, but you'd save so much.
Well, I know when I do my
Don't buy Black Cat.
when I
Okay.
do
Okay.
my new
Well.
Avengers binge, I'm gonna do it on Marvel Unlimited. My pet peeve with Marvel Unlimited though is that you can't do it on like your computer, right? It has to be like on your phone
or tablet or like iPad
or tablet. Yeah, but I don't have a tablet, so like I don't have a fancy boy iPad that it would be great for.
Well, that's what I read on.
Hunter, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Like I'd have to read it on my phone. So that's
Is your
kinda what
background
keeps me from it.
Doomsday Clock?
Yeah, it's the cover for issue 12.
Number 12, yeah.
Yeah, I like the cover. But so yeah, no. I was reading
But
Brubaker. I told Harper that I finished reading Brubaker Daredevil, and then he was just like, "Oh man, Blank's death was sad," and I was like,
I didn't get
"Yeah,
that.
Oof.
yeah, it was sad," but I didn't realize the specific character died. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm on issue 98, and in that,
Wait, Elektra dies in Daredevil?
oh my god,
What?
It's not Elektra, it's another character. But yeah, I just because Harper's like, "Did you finish Brubaker?" I was like, "Yeah, I finished it. Then I went to Avengers." I
Are you
didn't.
capping?
So I was on issue 98, and there's a scene where Gladiator takes this character and throws this character off a roof, and I was like, "Oh no, no!" But then
Oh.
Daredevil ends up saving her. But it was so intense for me because I know this character is gonna die, but I don't know when, and she or he keeps getting in danger, and I'm just like, God, this is like a stressful read now because I don't know when this character is gonna die. And one thing about Brubaker's Daredevil is it's sad. It's very depressing. Like, anyways, comics of the week. I read. Oh yeah, pick cover of the week. We didn't do that.
I only read one book, so
Spider-Man was your pick of the week.
I didn't even like it though.
I'll do
I've
that.
genuinely not been enjoying Spider-Man at all.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to drop it because we got Sinister War coming, and that looks good. But yeah, it's not very good at the moment. My pick and cover of the week will both go to Green Lantern #2. What a shocking issue of
That's
a
a good
lot
cover.
happening. Yeah, it's a really cool cover too. Good perspective. What about you, Sean?
I mean, I picked up I've been loving all the Carnage black and white covers. So in terms of coolness, I'd probably give it to this week's issue of Carnage. And I know Stegman is going to be doing #4 next. So all those covers have just
Ooh.
been quite beautiful, I
That's
will say.
Black, white, and red, right?
Black, white, and blood.
Oh yeah, and blood. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Zdarsky and Chichetto have a story in #2. and just with the art, everything's just wow.
Okay. I'll check it out one day. What's your pick of the week?
Pick of the week is honestly, I'll give it to Batman.
It was good, eh? Let's do
It
that
was
one
good.
next. It's cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
It basically is, except without Keanu or the
I
terrible
wasn't thinking
glitches.
cyberpunk. I was thinking that
Blade
we
Runner.
have a young female leader of a group of enhanced individuals who are fighting for a common cause against the society that they're dealing
Cyberpunk.
with. Sound familiar? It's very Falcon and Winter Soldier to me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it totally is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just met
But
the
better
villain.
here, I'll be honest.
Yeah, a little bit for the crime people. So basically, last issue left off. JD, why aren't you reading this book? Oracle's like a
blame him.
main character.
I do
don't
love
blame him.
Oracle. I do. Oracle's in my top 10 characters of all time.
She's like a main character in this.
But I found Tinian's Batman kind of
Hunter, let's be honest right now. The issue is good, but this arc is quite stupid.
Like, even with like all the I don't know, it feels like every issue it's like, oh, cool Jorge Jimenez art, and we're gonna introduce a new character that's gonna go for $100. But other than that,
Yeah, it's like
I had to drop it.
This like
To be honest,
okay,
I should just buy it just so I could resell it, because Miracle Molly, man, that book was like $100 book.
What?
The first appearance of Miracle Molly, I was seeing it sell for like $100.
Isn't it this?
Isn't this?
Yeah, stop ruining it. It's in your hands.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Wow, I just bought this the other day for $3. Oh,
Yeah, it's reselling very high.
$4.99. Okay, maybe not. Jesus, $4.99 US.
Yeah, didn't I tell you that the prices of DC books are going up?
You did. I didn't realize they did already. I thought they were going to do that in like July or something.
Like the next issue of Joker is going to be like $6.
I'm not reading.
Yeah, that's the reason why I don't read that many books right now. Like,
Yeah.
the best time was DC Rebirth when everything was $2.99.
Yeah,
I missed that time.
drop some things. 'Cause that's a lot. Huh.
I dropped some things and then I went into the store and went, nah, I'm going to grab that still.
That explains my receipt. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
it all makes sense now.
so Miracle Molly is basically she's not really the leader of this group of people, but there's a group of people that live in like buildings that were being made by Bruce Wayne that suddenly stopped production. So they're living in just like these construction sites that are abandoned. And she goes around making tech for people, such as drones that you could go to fly on, or what was that girl that recommended something like a frequency that shatters glass, which is a girl that works with them, recommended certain weapons and stuff that don't necessarily kill, but can injure just out of tech. So she's very much techie in this case. She's got a cybernetic eye, so that shows cyberpunk. It was maybe an inspiration.
Yes, cybernetics indicate cyberpunk.
The whole
Nothing
time,
else.
Bruce is in disguise as Mattress Malone, and at the end of their big conversation they have, Molly calls him Batman, and I like how he didn't deny it too. He just goes, "You knew," and you see the shadow behind him being like has the Batman ears.
Yeah,
that was really cool. As far as Miracle Molly, I don't think I care for her yet.
I do.
Okay.
I will say I really like, and that's the thing. First off, weird question. Did you find that Batman as Matches looked like Commissioner Gordon
Jim,
he was like, if he like owned several nightclubs and that was his day job,
Basically.
or I guess night job. But like, I genuinely like. Here's the thing that I've been grappling with is that, yeah. Well, it looks like Gordon, and I love how she even like exposes him and goes, "Just take off the stupid mustache." Like I know it's fake.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with this whole arc, and I mean, this is with stories in general, I don't really care for the Robin Hood style groups, especially because they're usually thrown into stories, whether it be Falcon Winter Soldier, this, or another comic series I read was Superman Unchained, where it had that type of group. I just find they're usually the least interesting part of the story because other more interesting things are going on. But I like that in this issue, it really takes front and center, because something I've been grappling with, because like I said, I don't think this arc is good. And can you go to the front pages with because we have that whole Scarecrow thing. I don't like how this arc is framed.
Like this scene?
No, Scarecrow talking to Bruce. Yeah. So this whole arc is being framed as basically Bruce remembering what happened and how he wound up with Scarecrow. And that's annoying me so much, because I feel like I finally realized today why this arc bothers me. And I'm not scared. That's the problem. I'm not scared of Scarecrow or anything that is going on. Like, my gold standard Scarecrow story, just based on what I've consumed, will always be Batman Arkham Knight. And because I think
Fair.
Scarecrow is just the coolest thing in that. And the way they introduce the threat is that you're a police officer going into a diner, and then fear toxins release and everybody in that diner kills each other. What's happening in this arc is Scarecrow is literally going to, like, oh, am I muted?
No, JD was. I saw.
I was just saying I forgot about that Arkham Knight. That was
Yeah.
actually really cool.
Yeah, that was like the best way, because then you get the Gotham, this is your only warning.
That was actually
Abandon
pretty
the
good.
city. Like, yeah, you get the John Noble voice, beautiful. But that's the thing. It was the perfect way to set the tone that the threat is real. Here's what Scarecrow's doing in this arc. He's literally just taking scarecrows and putting them in people's houses.
I like that. Okay, I'm gonna counter that.
No. I'm not. I ain't finished. Like, the problem with me is I also picture like what he's doing in the meantime, and I literally just picture Crane just going to like Michael's and Walmart's, just buying like burlap sacks and stuff. And when he's not planted, he's just sewing like scarecrows and everything. And like, you know what? Continue with your point, because I have a feeling I'm gonna like pick up with what you're about to say with why it's cool.
I like it because at first it's just like, okay, this is just like a message.
Yeah.
But then you got to wonder, how are these getting here? Because they put one in the mayor's office, and Oracle explains, how the hell did this get here? It's in the one dead spot of security cameras. So we can't look at the security cameras. See, it just appeared. They don't know how it got there, which I like that idea. Plus, the way Gymnast is doing it is having like, who is the real Scarecrow? Because this one right here that Oracle's watching moves its head, which means like that's the real Scarecrow. And I like that. That's a horror element. Imagine this live action. Like, you're just watching this Scarecrow on a roof, and then suddenly it just turns.
Well, that's the other thing. He's making scarecrows and he's sitting on roofs. That's pretty much all Scarecrow's doing right now.
Yeah.
And I think it is cool because it's testing the theory of the cities on such the that is a cool panel.
Mm-hmm.
But the city's on such like this brink of fear. I think it is a neat idea to be, you know, oh, it can only take just a little bit. Like, that's all he has to do to freak people out. But just for me as the reader, I don't feel threatened. I don't feel afraid. And especially like what I could, like with me, and this is going to sound really like dark and messed up, I think heads should be rolling. I think like I would find it more scary if Crane was going into just random households and just butchering people, because then it's random and that spikes the fear even more, because people don't know when they're going to get attacked or if there's going to be a mass scale attack.
I get where you're coming from. I totally understand why you would want that, but counter offer here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Scarecrow wants people to panic yet. I don't think that like or even like the writer, I don't think he wants this story to be like a people are dying in their homes, oh my god. I think they want Scarecrow to be more of a threat in the background.
Yeah.
Like he's slowly playing seeds. I think heads will roll. I think they 100% will. People are going to die, but not yet. I think it's a very slow pace of Scarecrow just slowly in the background. Because right now, this whole issue is about Miracle Molly and the guy from BVS who loses his legs, basically.
Wally?
Guy from BVS.
He's in this.
He's in it? Like,
kind of.
Actually?
Remember Infinite
First
Frontier?
appearance of Wally from BVS?
First, remember in the Infinite Frontier one shot how like cops were freaking out over the attack in Arkham.
Yeah.
There's a character in this who's now in a wheelchair after he lost his leg, and they're
He's the
treating
guy.
him. Yeah, that's basically him. I don't
I
think
thought
his
he
name's
was dead.
Wally. Yeah,
I thought
you
he
think
bled
he's dead,
out
but
in Infinite Frontier.
No, he's alive. He just lost
Yeah.
limbs, but he's sitting in a wheelchair, and he's basically complaining about it. He's basically saying, "I can't even piss standing up," kind of thing. So
He does not say that.
no, but he's basically implying. He's implying that
Yeah, but
he's
you
like
could piss.
pissed
You could
about
piss
this.
in a jar and call it Granny Sweet Tea.
He's basically angry about this. So a rich guy from a place called St. Andrew Street comes to be like, let's make a deal. But in this
And he
case,
put a
it's not.
bomb in his wheelchair to fool Superman.
Maybe one day. But as of now, they're basically saying we are going to give you prosthetics. You don't have to sign anything, or you have to sign things. You don't have to pay us anything. We're just going to do it for you as a gift. It's going to be painful, but it's our gift to you. They're going to control his legs. Like calling it. They're going to make it have like a. They're going to be controlling his limbs and make him kill people.
Yeah, and
well, yeah.
Well,
yeah, that's obviously he's Peacekeeper 1, which you read Dark Detective. Or peace, yeah, it's Peacekeeper, right? That's what they're calling him.
Imagine reading Future State. Ha.
Well, that's the other thing, because you
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
I know Hunter didn't, but you guys
No, I
did
did.
read Future State Harley Quinn.
No, I didn't.
And in that book, that whole book, I honestly think that's a really good Future State book, not gonna lie.
I heard that was
It's-
one of the better ones.
It's, well, the art, was it Simone DeMio, I think the name is. Art is so cool. It's like an Overwatch cinematic or something. But the thing is, in that book, it's all about Scarecrow basically being the right-hand man of the magistrate and bringing in tough to catch criminals, but the ones he can't get, he basically captures Harley Quinn and she helps him catch them, culminating with Black Mask. But basically in that book, he's, the servant of the magistrate. But what's weirding me out here is that Simon Saint almost seems like he's answering to Scarecrow in a way.
Oh, he definitely is.
Which is why I'm like, I don't think Simon Saint would be the magistrate. I'm wondering, is there another man behind the curtain?
Oh, who would you think it would be? Who's a tech character that's Batman related? Like a tech Batman character?
Riddler. But no.
But, like when I think of Riddler,
I'm thinking
I don't think
Arkham.
tech.
I'm thinking Arkham.
Yeah, it could be Arkham. Arkham Knight, maybe? Because she's around.
Is the Arkham Knight still around?
I mean,
She was in she was in Future State, so.
Oh.
I mean, that's the thing, like, and now we can segue back into the Unsanity Collective. I wouldn't mind if it's just a brand new character like this Mr. Wiz or whatever they have going.
Well, knowing James Tynion, new characters are his thing.
Jesus.
I think it's Tynion.
It's Tynion.
Yeah, new characters are his thing. Like he's made like 10 new characters, and they're all going for so much money.
Why?
$100, really?
That's why maybe I should have dropped the book just for the sake of like I could resell them all.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could see Ghostmaker being big, but I could also see Ghostmaker going the Godspeed route where they'll kill him off later.
Yeah.
Although Godspeed might still be alive.
I was wondering about like kind of the long-term success of some of these people, like Punchline and Ghostmaker, and
those are the two that I think are the only two that have potential.
Well, those are the cash cows.
But I don't
especially
see Punchline
Punchline
having long-term success.
I mean,
she can. She's had a one shot. I mean, I have the first experiences at CGC right now. Gonna sell it right
I still
when I
can't
get
believe
back.
you got those slabbed.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell it.
Like all of mine are like personal slabs, and then you got like Batman Damned, Batman Who Laughs, Punchline.
I got all the Yara Floor stuff CGC'd. So I got
Death Metal
number 7, and I got
okay. I'll probably
number 1.
I actually have 2 copies of Death Metal 7. So
yeah.
it's
a great cover. It's a beautiful cover. Book's all right, but
yeah, I got the
same
same
have 2
cover
copies
because I'm selling one.
Oh.
It was when the rumor of like so it was when the Wonder Girl CW show was announced. I mean, it's no longer happening anymore, but at that time, I remember I was in my comic shop and they still had copies of Death Metal on the shelf. So I'm like, yeah, I may as well.
Yeah.
And then when her show comes out, I'll sell it. But yeah, no, now our show's not coming. But I still have 2 copies. So
Yeah, but I mean, the Unsanity Collective, I just think that was the best part of this book. And we got an actual look into their mindset. And there was one thing that they did that was I feel like it was 2 things people were going to look at. So the kid shows up. So Squeak or whatever the name is.
yeah,
And so here's what got me with that. That was actually the most messed up part of the issue.
why?
Because why? Because
Yeah.
that, like, the thing is, it's supposed to be like, oh, see, we're good. We have children. We're just, we're trying to have a better society. But that means that they're literally mind wiping kids and having them join this collective, like 5-year-olds. That's dark.
I don't think Squeak's 5. I think she's like,
well, she's
13,
whatever.
Maybe young.
She looked young. But all I'm saying is, like, that's where I understood everything Miracle Molly was saying with, like, the Insanity Collective, because I just think the dialogue between her and Bruce was beautiful in this issue with, look at the suffering, a society that always puts them down. And it makes sense,
Joker.
everything. But then you see where the flaw is with, like, recruiting kids and I mind wiping. I can't get behind. So
we'll have to see where this goes.
Yeah.
I gave the issue like a 8. I thought it was 8.5. I'll say this was actually a good developing issue. A lot of character development. Crime Syndicate.
Why the hell are we reading this book?
Yeah, Sean.
Why are you reading it? Because I've heard nothing but terrible things
because apparently
about it.
Suicide Squad might be recruiting a member of the Crime Syndicate to be in its run.
Which brings me back to: are you actually a Suicide Squad fan? I feel like this episode.
I like this Suicide
Squad-esque.
It's I'll get into it, but I like this Suicide Squad. Crime Syndicate is just God.
I like the Crime Syndicate. That's why I'm reading it. But
this series
it's a cool team.
This got made, but Green Lantern, Kilowog,
that's
and
what
Kyle
I was gonna
Rove
say.
get made.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, how did Crime Syndicate get made? But then we'll put others like Robins and Green Lantern to a vote.
Oh,
yeah.
No disrespect to the writer of Crime Syndicate. I'm sure really passionate.
No, much disrespect.
Yeah, I like Crime Syndicate, but that doesn't mean this book's good. I love Spider-Man.
I will say their designs are horrible.
Good right now. Yeah, I don't. They like
what's his name? Johnny Quick looks like Victor Zsasz.
Yeah, they kind of over-designed them because they used to be more simplistic. I do like the Jon Stewart one. I like how the black on his suit has stars on it.
Some are good. Like I think Superwoman, good. Jon Stewart, good. However, Owlman, bad.
Yeah, they made him a little Wolverine-like.
Well, yeah, and I'm guessing, I mean, we haven't seen anything, and that's the other thing. This is only 6 issues. We're now officially halfway through.
Oh, we are.
Like,
thank God.
Yeah, but like, is he gonna be doing something with the Court of Owls? Because he says he has talons at his beck and call.
I don't know. I don't think so. This was the Owlman book, sure. I did like the Donna Troy origin that they did at the end.
Yeah,
she was the one that saw Steve Trevor's plane. She was the one that saved Steve Trevor, and then Steve Trevor, to get off the island, threatened Donna's life to Hippolyta, and Donna Jin took the knife and just stabbed Steve in the gut and let him die.
Of this poor issue, she is the best part of the issue because she even takes down Starro.
Yeah.
Who apparently isn't the main villain.
Yeah. In the end, though, I was like, okay, yeah, that happened. Yeah, I don't care, really.
I think if anybody's going to the squad, though, it's going to be Superwoman. Just because it seems she's the most well-developed here.
Yeah, she's the only one they're really focusing on. I guess you're being on the team. Although I would think Owlman would be a cooler member. But
no, I feel like he'd be too much of a power. Especially, again, I'll get into it, but Talon's on the squad right now.
Oh, right. Oh, that could be cool. You want to talk about Suicide Squad real quick? And then I'll quickly go over Green Lantern. Yeah,
so this is the start of... So if you read Titans... Did you read Titans Academy last week?
I don't read Titans Academy.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Titans Academy, this terrible book that's happening. Basically, they're the new Speedster with prosthetic legs. Her name's Bolt. And so she's at Titans Academy, and somehow she has history with Amanda Waller. And so in last issue of Titans Academy, you saw the Suicide Squad, like the last page was the Suicide Squad in the Academy looking over Bolt because they've been sent to retrieve her and recruit her to the squad. And so the Suicide Squad run is really cool, at least to me, going on right now, because basically Amanda Waller doesn't give a damn anymore. She's going after something, we don't know what, but in issue 1, Rick Flag even says and goes, "You've gone way too far this time." Because I mean, he probably says that how many times though, but he's like, "You've gone way too far this time," and she actually knocks him out and locks him up. And so she puts Peacemaker in charge of the squad. Issue 1, they were sent to retrieve Talon, and they retrieve Talon as the Joker attack, whatever, if it is or not, on Arkham is happening. So
Infinite Frontier.
Yeah, so in number 2, it's them escaping Arkham Asylum while the attack is going on.
Oh, so this takes place in the past. Okay.
Briefly in the past. So then with this issue, then it's kind of, and the other thing is Amanda Waller actually has people who are heroes on the squad. It's not just villains, because Superboy is there.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the obscure heroes, which their heads probably getting blown off, so they're not that important. But the thing is, you see characters they're literally just trying to do good, and they're getting messed up because they're not following the mission. And so it shows that Amanda Waller does not care who's on the squad at this point. She's just going at whoever she can force to get the job done, which that I find is really cool. I feel like that's weird to just be like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. No, I just find it fascinating. But the thing is, so then this issue, somehow she has some history with the Speedster Bolt. I guess the Speedster Bolt is from Australia, because from the sound of it, Waller got her out of Australia.
Harper.
Yeah.
Like Harper.
And so the idea is they're going to kidnap and retrieve her and basically force her onto the Suicide Squad. And some interesting stuff is going on. Peacemaker wants to be the main leader, but Waller is trying to prep Superboy to take over the squad, but apparently something's wrong with him where he's not all there. And correct me if I'm wrong, because again, this could be quizzing me. Didn't Connor Kent Superboy die at the end of Infinite Crisis or something?
That was Prime.
No, okay. Well, I thought he was. I think.
Well, he's been alive since, because he was in Young Justice.
Not Superboy.
No. He's talking
John
about
Kent. Connor.
Connell.
Yeah.
He was in Young Justice or Teen Titans, whatever you said.
Young Justice. Yeah, he was in Bendis Young Justice.
Oh,
do you not know that?
Nope. Like I said, my knowledge is limited.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. He was in that. So
yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. But I thought he was dead. Anyway, but he doesn't have all of his memories. Like the way it was described was they have this vampire character. I think it's Nocturna or whatever. And the way she described it is that his memory, it feels like he's reading off a Wikipedia page. Like he knows what happened, but he doesn't like talk as though he experienced it.
Okay.
So there's some mystery there, but basically they go after Bolt and they fail. And so Waller said, if she gets back to the academy, I'm blowing all your heads off. Basically how it's going. And so now they failed. She gets back to the academy and they're like, Peacemaker goes, all right, we have no choice. We're storming the academy. And she goes, no. One of them goes, no, we were told we can't do that. And he goes, well, we're doing it. And then with that, somebody shows up, mysterious figure, and Peacemaker recognizes him and goes, you, and then gets the literal shit kicked out of him and is knocked down on the floor. And you see it's Red X. And he has this whole...
right.
Yeah.
I forgot he was going to be in this.
And he has this...
Peacemaker know him?
That's where the mystery of Red X deepens, because he has this great line too, where he goes, if you're gonna lead this team or whatever, you can't be one, but 2, 3 steps ahead or whatever. And Titans Academy is basically doing this thing. This is where issue number 2 got a little cooler for me, even though issue 1's terrible. It seems like they're going to have a series of red herrings. And so issue 1 introduced this guy named Brick, who's obsessed with Red X and being better than the hologram simulations of him, and says it doesn't matter who Red X is. So hinting he might be Red X. But then issue 2, you have this other guy, I think his name is Mark or Matt or something, and he's obsessed with chess and like different versions of chess and always being moves ahead of his opponent.
So wizard's chess.
Yeah, wizard's chess. No, it's and then I saw solicitations for a future issue of Titans Academy. It says like Raven becomes suspicious of her new student Dane, and so it's basically a series of red herrings about who Red X is. But we know that there have been 3 Red X's apparently. Dick is one of them, but there have been 2 others who have worn the mask, and so it's Peacemaker knows one of them then. And so I kind of joked about this on my story, but I think a cool concept would be is if there's more than one Red X, if it's kind of a ghost face
I can see that happening. Yeah,
where they share the mask. But I just hope with Titans Academy that it's not a bunch of red herrings that go nowhere. I'd rather it be something like season 1 of Young Justice, the show, where Miss Martian, Superboy, and Artemis all had their secrets, but it all came together in the end and it was worth it. I just don't want a bunch of random red herrings for no reason. But basically that means that the next issue of Titans Academy, number 3, is going to be Red X and the Suicide Squad trying to pull Bolt out of the Academy while fighting who knows who.
Interesting.
So it
does sound good, yeah. I don't know.
And Talon, I will say, Talon is a special part of this series so far because I thought Talon's last, you could probably know this better than me, but I thought Talon's last appearance was Nightwing Rebirth. But for some reason he's in this and he doesn't remember anything. And that's why anytime something is said to him, he keeps going, who? Because owls.
It would have been Nightwing Rebirth during the Rick era, actually.
Nothing happened, or at least when I skimmed it, nothing happened where he's injured, forgetting everything. And he somehow wound up in Arkham with no memories as a John Doe. So
fair enough, yeah.
But yeah, I just find that funny because everything they say to him is who, and they put somebody in charge of the squad to watch him now because he literally keeps killing everyone that he comes near because he's just acting on instinct. Anyway, I give it an 8. Solid issue.
I will do Green Lantern real quick because a lot happened. JD, this is actually good. It's actually like a good run so far, and a lot is going on. You got really good art too. By
the whole concept didn't do it for me.
So maybe this will. I'll convince you. So the main things that happen, I'll just briefly go over the big things. United Planets last issue said, okay, we are going to accept Oa as its own planet, its own nation, and then someone killed the Guardian right away. So this issue is the funeral of the Guardian. What's one thing that's kind of cool is the lanterns that couldn't make it are holograms. So Hal and Kyle are holograms, but everyone else wears like all black, which I thought was kind of cool. The main things that would happen after the funeral is one of the Guardians announces a new thing. Every single lantern there suddenly gets a notification on the ring saying, you're going to a new planet, you're going to live there. This is your life now. For the rest of your life, you are going to go to this planet and you're going to be that planet's defender. It's odd because Jon Stewart kind of explains afterwards, like, why the hell are you doing this? You're expecting people to just live lives outside of their own home planet. These people have lives, and like Green Lantern is a job, they'll do it, but they can't just move to another world that they don't know. It's not their race. Like Jessica Cruz is new. Why is she going to this planet that no one's heard of to live? So the Guardians kind of explain, like, this is a voluntary thing. Like, if you don't want it, then give your ring back. We'll find a better replacement. Otherwise, you're going to this planet and you're going to be stuck there forever defending it for who
sounds
knows
like a crap job.
Yeah, basically. And John even points out, he's just like, okay, this is a little suspicious. Why did you also specifically take all 6 of us human lanterns and literally split us up as far away as possible? Like, he straight up mentions that. which I thought was cool. That he's mentioning why are the humans split up. The only planet that I recognize, they're all fictional planets, was Earth, and the one lantern scheduled for Earth was Hal Jordan. So maybe Hal will be on the Justice League at this point. But basically they and Oa Simon's going to be defending Oa for some reason. He's going to be the one Earth Lantern on Oa, and he's also going to be taking care of Teen Lantern. What?
Isn't this the writer who hates Hal Jordan?
Yeah.
Isn't he the one writing this? So
That's
interesting.
like the biggest
turn
turnoff for me about reading this book. The writer pisses me off.
But it sounds like he's just benching Hal then if he's like, yeah,
basically,
just go back to Earth.
Bendis will be writing Hal in Justice League, maybe if that becomes true. But yeah.
Meanwhile, Barry is all we've seen of Flash, not Wally.
I do like how at least he's using we haven't seen Simon in forever, and Simon's finally like a character here, kind of. Basically for John, they're just like, okay, so you're a leader, you're very experienced, so we're gonna send you to the dark sector, a sector that we don't even know much about. It's gonna be like the furthest away from everyone. It's gonna take a long time to get there. You and several lanterns are gonna take a ship because our rings won't have enough charge to get there, and you're gonna go to this dark sector, just kind of look around, make sure it's all safe, and stay there for a bit. So John actually says, all right, I'm in. I'll do that. I just think this is a little suspicious. So as soon as he leaves, it shows a few lanterns that are on Oa still, saying their goodbyes. And Simon goes to Teen Lantern. He's just like, all right, look, kid, you're not a Green Lantern, but we're going to figure out how the hell you got that gauntlet. And right when he says that, the power battery blows up suddenly. Like it's just like a page. You turn the page and it blows up.
Good splash page.
Yeah, it is. Which I was like, whoa, okay, what's going on? It also shows like everyone in the universe is suddenly watching this, like from different screens and whatnot. There's a guy in. No, I thought it was a Mobius chair for a second. I don't think it is. Just a bunch of people just watching this from different universes. You see Warworld and Mogo's watching this. You also see a lot of lanterns suddenly reacting, like they're just feeling their ring suddenly. Like, what the hell happened? And then for the remains, Simon's down. Like he lost his ring. People think he might have straight up died here because he's just laying there covered in blood. Teen Lantern put on a construct to kind of protect herself, but Simon is completely down. And then this character was in the last page.
Far Sector,
Joe?
right?
Yeah, Joe. Far Sector Green Lantern's now canon, I guess. I guess we knew she was going to appear, but she flew and she's just like, what the hell just happened? And it's just
so where am I being convinced to read this title?
Things are happening.
Wow, cool.
Explosions.
Okay.
Michael Bay.
Explosions. An actual interesting plot of like, why is
A Green Lantern explosion? Dude.
It's never happened before.
Yeah, it's happened a lot actually.
Hunter, go read.
I don't even read Green Lantern, and I bet it's happened.
Hunter, go read 90s and 2000s Green Lantern and get back to me.
It's an interesting plot.
I like that cover.
Yeah, it's a cool cover. It's cool that Simon's actually getting attention, but also that John is suspicious of the lanterns being like, why are the humans specifically being split up?
No,
it seems
me more. Tell me more. Like, does he have a car?
Tell me more. Tell me more.
I don't.
I played Danny Zuko in that show.
Oh shit. Grease lightning.
I thought it was a cool plot. I'm like, damn,
all right.
Looks like it's actually going somewhere. It's not going to be like just about John walking around. It has potential.
But like John's questioning the guys, but he still goes to the dark sector. Like, I don't get it.
Because he doesn't have a choice. He's basically like handing a ring or go there. So
when you say dark sector, that's just like an unexplored part of the galaxy, right? It's not like the Infinite Frontier thing with Earth Omega or the World Omega where Darkseid is or anything.
It's called the Dark Sector because no one's ever really gone through this
area. The dark side of the moon.
So
space, the final frontier.
Nice.
Yeah, they didn't really explain. They just said like no one's ever really been here. We don't even know if there's really going to be planets there. So just go check it out.
So it's literally Star Trek.
Yeah, that's
it's 5-year mission to seek out. To explore.
Yeah, I believe it's like a 2 weeks to get there or something like that. They said the certain time somewhere, but it's Green Lantern Star Trek.
Yeah.
Because they're taking a ship too. It's a big ship, but they're taking a ship to get there because their rings don't have enough charge to actually bring them there. Yeah, it's interesting, and it's cool seeing like all the launchers being like, okay, why are we all scheduled to different planets that aren't even our homes, except for Hal? So yeah, I thought it was really good. 8.
So what's the score?
8 out of 10.
8.
Yeah,
It's a solid 8 week.
yeah.
Also, did you get a kick out of that ending in Crime Syndicate though, where it was kind of like the end of Avengers, where you're seeing everything on the TVs, the way they're talking about it?
Nope.
I got that vibe. I got the whole superheroes in New York. Give me a break.
Oh, that was actually a good stand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do
okay.
some impressions, but I'm not good. I won't steal Harper's bit. That's a disservice.
I think Harper's impressions are starting to go down a little bit.
He doesn't do. No, he doesn't. He just doesn't do them anymore.
Well, he still does them, but like he won't. He's becoming more, instead of comic rebirth, he's becoming more Harper, which is good.
He's ditching the mask.
Basically, he's bigger than Elvis now. So.
Bigger than Elvis.
I guess that's the comics of the week.
Yeah, there really wasn't much else unless you count Heroes Reborn and fucking Man Bat.
That's what we read this week. Anyway, I don't know what's out next week, but I'm hoping
Daredevil.
Maybe I don't know. I'm hoping Thor, because I feel like it's been a while since.
Oh wait, what are my polls for next week? I can. Am I allowed to say that right now? What do I got?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
You'll allow it?
I'll allow it.
I don't know if it's like a side bit that's never been done before. Next week I got Batman Urban Legends #3.
Ooh, I got that too.
Yeah, Black Cat #6. Next week is the DC Festival of Heroes issue. Oh,
Okay.
Future State Gotham #1.
No, not me.
Are you reading Beta Ray Bill, Mr. Hunter?
I am. I own the first 2 issues, but I actually haven't opened them up yet.
I have the first issue. I didn't read it.
I hear good things.
I mean, I was gonna, but again, money.
Fair enough, yeah.
Oh, the giant-sized Spider-Man is next week. The King's Ransom.
Yeah, that's okay. So that means the Defenders are gonna be in an 80-issue story. Now,
and
that's
also
cool.
Heroes Reborn #2.
Who cares?
With like 10 variants. Oh my god.
Well,
yeah, there's a lot of
event.
variants.
It's an
Jesus
event.
Christ.
But Zdarsky's story, so Justice League Last Ride starts next
also
week.
Spider-Man Spider Shadow, isn't that the What If with Chip?
Yeah, I have the first issue. I haven't read it yet.
Oh, I was gonna say, was it any good?
But yeah, no, I haven't read it yet. And then Rorschach #8. Last thing I saw. I haven't been reading Rorschach, I'll be honest.
It's good.
I know it's good, but like I'm a few issues behind. I know Frank Miller apparently is written into the story.
Frank Miller's in it, and he's not just like a cameo. Like he has
Like,
a plot.
he's Frank Miller.
He's actually Frank Miller, the writer of The Dark Knight Returns.
Like
Rorschach's Journal, May 6th,
Rorschach
2021. Frank Miller makes another sequel and ruins The Dark Knight Returns. This city's disgusting.
You actually get that line in Titans Academy #2 as well. She says, Bolt says to Red X, she goes, "What are you waiting for? Do it."
Yeah, no, Frank Miller's actually in it. He has like a plot point and everything.
Yeah, I'm curious. I have no idea what's going on.
I'll say, JD, I don't know, Sean, if you read Watchmen, but I know JD has.
That's one of the books I'm on right now.
Okay, so you know the pirate comic that the kid reads?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that was also in the extended cut.
In the Watchmen universe, that is written by Frank Miller.
Ah.
So in Rorschach, they go to Frank Miller, who wrote that, because they're like fans of the book. They're like, "Oh man, your pirate stories are so good, Frank Miller." And he's like, "Hey, I don't know, why are you at my home?"
I'm Frank Miller.
Are you still reading Superman, Hunter?
Yeah, I am.
That one comes out next week.
Yeah, okay.
Well, when does John take over? That's not till June, right?
Yeah, July.
That will be on my pull list then.
Yeah, Superman, Kal-El, son of Kal-El, I believe.
Kal-El.
Kal-El, no. And that's the show.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening to A Hero Story. If you listen on iTunes, we appreciate a 5-star review. If you listen on YouTube, subscribe, because Hunter stays up all night for you YouTube people.
That's why I drink coffee.
That's why he drinks Timmy Hortons coffee.
Yeah.
Is it actually Tim Hortons coffee?
Of course it is.
Oh wow.
What else would it be?
I don't know. Do they have Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts and
Yeah,
We have
Canada?
Starbucks, yes. Dunkin' Donuts, hell no.
It's America
Hell
runs on
no.
Dunkin', not
Oh,
Canada runs on
that's
Dunkin'.
so true.
Yeah, no, we don't have Dunkin'. I don't think we'll ever get Dunkin' because I feel like no one.
You're not missing much. All the food goes stale after noon.
Yeah,
fair
it's just the glazed donuts are good. That's about it.
So yeah, Tim Hortons.
Not even Krispy Kreme's the way to go.
Actually, Tim Hortons like catchphrase, like McDonald's says, "I'm loving it." Tim Hortons is always fresh, always Tim Hortons. So
Because of you guys, I literally downloaded the Tim Hortons app on my phone.
why?
There's like one Tim Hortons on Long Island. I think it's somewhere in Nassau. And I was like, maybe I'll hit up Tim Hortons one
do.
day. And the funny thing is, though, it seems like a terrible business model because you can only order during certain hours or it's just bizarre.
That must be
At least
just
here.
be where you are, because you're.
Well, yeah, America's crap, but what else is new?
Oh, and that's the
Oh,
end of
don't
the
even deny it.
podcast.
Oh!
You got a good O out of me. Anyway, this has been a hero story, Sean. I hope you had a good time.
I did. I can't wait to never come back. I love Comic Story, and this was fun.
Thanks for listening to Hero Story. For Hero Story, I'm JD.
And I'm Hunter, and thanks for being a hero.
And I'm
Remember,
Sean. Maybe I'll
every
return.
No, we don't. No, Sean, you don't get an outro. This is why you're never coming back.
Well, damn. You know what? Fine.
And every second is a
Yeah.
gift. Goodbye.
Sean, you could say 5 words. 5 words. Sean, you have 5 words.
5 words.
You have one more word.
Don't read Teen
Don't.
Titans Academy.
Fair
Blah.
enough.